Hello, I'm Amy LIVEwithAmyO, a realtor who loves renovating, and today I'm down at Bad Lizard, Granite and Quartz in Clarksburg, West Virginia, where we've been invited to go on a behind-the-scenes tour of creating the countertops for the live renovation #2 that's taking place in Morgantown. Yesterday, Johnnie Rominger joined us at the renovation in order to create the template, but right now, the countertops are actually being created. So I'm going to turn it around, introduce you to Johnnie Rominger, and he's going to show us the countertops.
All right, Amy, how you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I'm doing good. So yesterday, we talked about how I digitized your kitchen using the laser templating system. And so now today, I'm going to show you with that information how we can start fabricating your countertops. First thing I'm going to start with is your middle island. And I'd say middle island because it's not quite as big as the big island. We'll get to that one in a minute. But the middle island actually has a cooktop cutout. There will be a cooktop, a hot plate warmer, and then a telescoping down draft, okay? All three of those will go into this opening right here. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, I only see 2 openings, not 1. Well, because of the fabrication process, because this is heavy stone, because we haven't installed it yet, I had to leave this middle pillar in place for support until we do get it installed.
Now,
go ahead.
That middle piece will actually be cut out but used to support the 2 different pieces of cooktop that we're using, because there's a 30-inch piece, then there's also the induction piece. So that's not going to go to waste. That's actually going to be used. The contractor's going to build a support system underneath that so that we can have 2 different cooking instrument tops there.
Exactly. When I was with your contractor yesterday, we formulated that plan to get a very small strip of your countertop in between your cooktop and your hot plate. However, that's all going to happen after we install the countertops. So when we cut this strip out so that he can do his thing, we'll save it, and when he gives me the measurements that we need, we'll make it out of this piece right here.
This turned out beautifully. I mean, look at that. I love it. This was Carrara Grigio.
Carrara Grigio. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to take you over to what we call the Big Island.
Yes, this kitchen is so big. There's not 1, there's 2 islands, and the one is definitely the Big Island.
So, Amy, this is your Big Island. This is the Big Island.
Wow. I can barely fit it in the screen.
So we have your 1.5-inch radiuses on the corners of your cabinets where there's only an 1.5-inch overhang. And on the 12.5-inch overhang side, we have a nice 6-inch radius on both of those corners.
Right.
And when we have this installed, you'll actually be able to see a little bit better why we wanted that. There's a couple of support beams there, and when people are trying to squeeze around those, these radiuses allow them to have a little bit more flow as they walk through.
Great. Looks beautiful.
All right, we're going to walk over here to my CNC router. Now, this is the machine that basically makes the countertops that we just looked at. You can see in this particular run 2 sinks, and that's because Amy has 2 sinks. The sink over to our right is the offset bowl sink. That's going to be her main kitchen sink. The sink over here to the left is going to be more of her prep area sink. What we're doing right now, and I tell you what, if you focus on the main head unit there, you're going to watch me lift that skirt up so that you can actually watch the tooling do its thing. So what you see going on right now is that is edge profiling. That's a tool that's coming through there, putting the actual edging on the front edge of that countertop. It's done with a lot of RPMs. As you can see, it's done with a lot of water, but it is a very, very precise method. Basically, this machine is following the rules that I gave it with my digital laser and templater yesterday. So Amy's countertops are going to turn out exactly the way me and her designed them together yesterday.
This is so cool. Now, how long does it take for each piece to be created?
Okay, so these 2 pieces right here are about a 2-hour and 20-minute process. The reason I know that is when we hit go, our machine tells us how long it'll take to implement all the processes that we told it to do to this. The big island, because there was no sink cutouts, because we were just formulating, or basically because we were just putting radiuses on it and profiling it, that was only about 40 minutes. The first island with the 2 cutouts, that was about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. So you can see where we were doing that edge profiling tool the first time you saw it. Now you're seeing it on the inside of the sink. Because of an undermount sink, we also have to profile that inner rim too. And so that's what the machine's doing right now.
That is so cool. It's a beautiful machine too.
Thank you very much. Made in America, Park Industries. We've worked with them on this equipment and our CNC saw over here to the right. And we've been really happy with the service that we get from them. I'm local. I'm a local West Virginia. I'm an American guy. I love buying American-made equipment. When I need to get a service, if I need to get a service, I know that I'm going to get somebody on the phone that can help me in my time zone.
Now, there's a saw too, so you want to show us that?
So follow me over here to that. So what we just looked at is known as a CNC router. Now what we're looking at is a CNC saw. So now, from that digital templater, like for example, those 2 shapes that we needed right there, this machine took that slab and cut them to the shapes that we needed that the CNC router would take and formulate into the countertop. Just to give you an idea of time frame, those 2 pieces right there on the saw, it's probably less than 20 minutes. Okay. This is the fast machine. This is the slow machine. This is a much more delicate machine, much more precise. I'm not saying that this isn't precise, but there's a lot of square cuts, whereas this machine takes care of rounding them off. So this machine can be a lot faster. This machine's a lot slower.
That is such a neat tool. I mean, and what a difference it's made in your shop from when we were here the last time, about a year ago.
Yes.
You had various tables set up, and now, I mean, this whole side is taken up by these 2 machines that make it even more precise and more perfect.
Exactly. We're always trying to improve. Getting equipment like this is helping us to improve not only our efficiency, keep our lead time down, but also improve our quality. Here at Bad Lizard, basically our 3 founding principles are professionalism, quality, and cleanliness. Amy, you would agree we're in a cleaner environment today than we were a year ago.
Definitely.
Our quality will only get better, and our cleanliness, of course, on the job site is always going to be top notch.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about what will happen now that the template is, now that the countertops are on and 2 are finished? What will happen next?
So basically, when these 2 pieces are done, we're finishing up the day. So when these 2 pieces are done, this machine will get shut down. In the morning, some other great Bad Lizard customer's kitchen will go on to get processed. Amy's kitchen will now be finished. And so basically it just awaits her install date, which is coming up next week. And we're hoping for a dry day because of that big island. We need it to be a little bit dry to keep it safe so that me and my guys can get it into our house.
This has been really neat. For those of you that have been able to join me and Johnny here at Bad Lizard Granite, it has been a really neat experience to come behind the scenes to actually see the countertops that are going into the live renovation being created in front of my very own eyes. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I really wanted to do this. When you said yes, I mean, I was tickled to death. So here I am. I'm just so glad to be here. I highly recommend Bad Lizard Granite and Quartz. Ooh, got really loud. If you need countertops, please give Bad Lizard Granite and Quartz a call. If you need to buy or sell a home, please give me a telephone call. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.
Thank you.